Um, Hi, Santa Mullet. How are you?
I'm sick of this. I was afraid it was going to look all Christmassy. I went on Amazon to see if I can buy like a Christmas, hair and the hat, and they had it for like $25, and I didn't want to pay $25, so I went to Wish.com, ordered the exact same thing. It was $10. It got in, and to my surprise, it's actually Joe Dirt Claws, and so I'm really frustrated. But that's not the only thing this week. I mean, I had some good things that happened, but I had a weird thing with my car. Um, you know how sometimes your car starts making noise and you can't figure out what's wrong with it. And so anyway, I took it to a mechanic, and he
Yeah.
was actually able to fix that terrible noise in my car. He actually, it was pretty
Oh,
amazing, huh? Yeah,
he fixed it?
yeah, he was able to remove it. He removed the Mariah Carey CD that was in my car, so it runs a lot better now. Yeah,
It
so
sounds a whole lot better than it
yeah, there's
used
not a
to.
whole lot of noise in there, so that's not bad. Um,
That's never a bad thing.
no, I think I'm starting to itch. We might want to start the show. um,
Are you sure? I mean, we could hang on and let you itch a little
I
more.
mean, that's fine. I mean, if that's what you want. My goodness, is this really what I? No, this is fine. We can do this all day. Oh, by the way, I bought my wife Tiffany a fridge for Christmas. I'm
Yeah.
really excited about it. Yeah, I can't wait till her face lights up when she opens it.
Uh, it's the Speaking Nerdy podcast with your host, Mr. Mike Schilling.
And my good friend and compadre, Mr. Ricky Poe. Got a ho 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 to everybody out there, and welcome to the
Hey,
Keith
Keith.
Bose. Welcome
Good to have you.
back. I'm glad to have you, sir. Yes, it has been a minute, and thank you for joining us. Of course, many of you who watched us on Wednesday nights. Of course, now we are on Friday nights, 7 p.m. Central. No, actually 8 p.m. Central.
8
I'm
p.m.
still
Central.
confused. Yeah, it's 8 p.m. Central.
9 p.m. Eastern, yes.
9 p.m. Eastern. And forgive my good friend Ricky. Apparently, his ISP is not very jolly this time of year, but we'll manage. We'll push through.
Yeah, I'm a little stuttery today.
Yes, but that's okay. We'll push through. It is the holiday seasons, and so tonight our biggest topic tonight is it Christmas or isn't a Christmas movie? And that's the big debate for a lot of these films. Some of these
Yep.
films actually is interesting to me because I've always considered them to be a Christmas classic,
Mhm.
and there's going to be some that you'll be kind of surprised. It's very debatable. And then there's some
Yep.
where people are going to be totally like, it's not Christmas. And I'm going to basically flip out right here in front of everybody. But yeah, there's some, it's a really good show tonight. Lots going on. Real quick, some of the, I didn't have anything really prepared for the nerd news of the week, but
I didn't either.
But I did have a couple of things I'm excited about, and we didn't have a chance to do it last Friday because we were not on. But Charlie Cox, he's going to be grafted into the Marvel Universe as Daredevil. Have you? That's a confirmed from Kevin Feige.
I was going to say I've heard rumors, and I heard this confirmed by, but I have read his work.
Yes. That you breaking up.
You actually
friend.
have the words. Oh, man, can you hear me?
I can hear you now.
Okay, I don't know. I have heard that,
yeah,
but I hadn't heard exactly his wording. So sometimes I hear someone say it's confirmed, but then what they said isn't exactly confirmed.
He said that he is going to play Daredevil. They're just not for sure how they are going to bring him back into the MCU universe.
Okay.
And so
it is a legitimate
confirmed. Yes.
It is Charlie Cox. It will be Daredevil, not just as Matt Murdock.
Yes. And anybody else, you see anything else, and of course, please do not recite anything that We got you covered. We do not recite anything from that website, but
At least not without disclosure.
please not. Yeah, exactly. Just like TMZ, which we did one week, which was
we did.
Yeah, which is I'm not very proud of that, but we did it. Daryl McCarty, good evening, fellow nerds. Yes, I should have threw you an invite, Daryl, but I wasn't for sure what you were doing. So if you, I'm excited about this. Yes, I'm excited about this too. What is he excited about? Oh yeah, Charlie Cox. Yes, and yes, Keith has already spoke to my heart. Yes, Die Hard. It's definitely a Christmas movie. So
and we will discuss that.
Yes, we will. But yes,
and we will decide once and for all if it is.
That's right. It's done after the show. It will be done.
Science proven one way or the other.
Exactly, and that's what we do here at Speaking Nerdy. Everything is proven scientifically, as far as we're concerned. So we got a lot going on tonight. I thought maybe we should just go ahead and get some stupid news, and then after that we'll move into our Christmas debate. What do you think,
Let's do it.
All right.
It's the Weird and Stupid News with your host, Mr. Mike Schilling.
Well, you know,
for the 5 seconds I was off screen, my connection was good.
You know what? Well, the announcing sounded really good, so I think that was awesome. Yeah, apparently, there's a lot of times in, I guess, in dog shows, maybe even in beauty contests, there's always something to kind of enhance yourself, like in sports, to get the edge in the competition. Yeah. Apparently, that is no different than actually in Saudi Arabia and camel contest. If that's right.
Camel steroids.
Yes, camel Botox. Yes, apparent Botox.
What does camel Botox do?
Well, apparently the Saudi authorities are really upset. They've conducted their biggest ever crackdown on camel beauty contestants. They received Botox injections and other artificial touch-ups. The state-run Saudi press agency reported Wednesday over 40 camels have been disqualified for the annual pageant because of enhancements by Botox. But I can't even say it now. This festival, it kicked off earlier this month. It invites breeders from most beautiful camels to compete for some $66 million in prize money. Botox injections, facelifts, and other cosmetic alterations to make the camels more attractive are strictly prohibited. Jurors decide the winner based on the shape of the camel's head, neck, hump, dress, and posture. This is a judge at the month-long festival in the desert northeast of Saudi capital are escalating their clampdown on artificial enhanced camels. Official news agencies reported using specialized and advanced technology to detect tampering. Now, how do you
all I can think of is hump implants. I've been holding it in for like 3 minutes.
For 3 minutes. I'm glad you got it out. Yeah. It's just... Oh man, that's like a whole new... I hate to botch that one up, wouldn't you? That would be really...
Oh my gosh. Saggy hump.
That's a song, isn't it?
I don't know.
I don't know anymore. I don't even want to. Oh, I don't know.
I think you need to go to the next story.
I think I will go to the next one right here. Speaking of, I can't make a segue here, but I'm going to do it anyhow. Apparently, 850-pound pot brownie. Well, that's not brown. Pot brownie brings new meaning to getting baked.
That's 850 pound.
Yes, right
there. Brownie.
Yes, it's a pop brownie made this week in Norwood, Massachusetts, is bringing a new meaning to the term getting baked. That's because this dank dessert treat is about 850 pounds, measuring 3 feet wide, 3 feet long, 15 inches high. It contains more than 20,000 milligrams of THC. Besides besides cannabis, this behemoth brownie also contains 1,344 eggs, 250 pounds of sugar, 212 pounds of butter, 81 pounds of flour, and 122 pounds of cocoa powder, among other ingredients. MariMed, a Massachusetts-based cannabis operator, unveiled the world's largest pot brownie in honor of National Brownie Day this past Wednesday.
National Brownie Day.
Yes. Crandell, representative of MariMed, said that the pot brownie THC content is equivalent to 4,000 of the company's normal size brownies, which contains 5 milligrams each. Crandell says that the plan to sell the giant brownie to a medical marijuana patient in Massachusetts. Now, they're going to sell it. And this is what I'm reading here. Crandell says
patient?
To one patient, medical patient, so it makes it okay.
You would only eat an 850-pound brownie for medical reasons. I mean, why else would you eat it?
Wouldn't that cause like this major circle? I mean, you from my understanding, you eat a pot brownie, you get hungry, you eat a pot brownie, you get hungry. The cycle never stops. So I don't know how this ends.
Well, that's why you only sell it to one person.
Well, that's true.
Eventually eat the whole thing. Now, although the cannabis creation is larger than the current record holder of the world's largest brownie by 243 pounds, it's bigger than the Guinness World Record of any brownie.
And
this one just happens to be a pot brownie.
Exactly. Of course, Guinness World Records apparently isn't that high on including it in a future book. That's okay.
Daryl McCarty said that would mess up a lot of people.
Yes.
Keith says, ain't that the truth? By the way, Keith also said he feels you on the tech issues you're having there. Yeah, Keith, it's my whole neighborhood. My whole neighborhood has slow internet uploads at random times, and it seems to only happen when I want to be live.
That's right. I know. Sorry.
I don't know.
But next,
as long as you can hear me,
I can hear you.
That's
just
a Wells
fine.
Fargo. That's a bank.
That is a bank, and that leads us into our next stupid news article. It's the world's worst bank robber has been apprehended. December the 15th, moments after robbing a Wells Fargo branch in Delaware, a man deposits some stolen loot in an ATM outside the bank, outside of the bank's front door, according to the police.
The same bank.
Yes, same bank.
That bank. So he robbed the Wells Fargo.
Yes.
And then he goes out
and he makes a deposit in his ATM.
A deposit into his account. At Wells Fargo.
Yes. Investigator says the investigator said that he approached the teller Saturday morning at Wells Fargo's in Wilmington, handed her a note stating this is a robbery. He asked for $150. After the 25-year-old bank employee provided Williams with the cash, he fled the bank. But instead of racing from the crime scene like your average bank robber, William exited the Wells Fargo and made a deposit in the ATM on the exterior building just outside of the bank. Apparently, following his ill-advised pit stop, Williams fled on foot to a nearby shopping center where he was taken into custody. So but our next one, and this is our final last, and this is one that really takes I can't really make a pun out of this, but apparently, I
was going to say takes the cake, but we haven't talked about cake. We've only talked about brownies.
Well, this is like and I don't know much about this lady, but we'll just talk about her real quick because Apparently, she has this new sensation that everybody's jumping on in social media and TikTok.
Okay.
Apparently, her name is reality star Stephanie Matto, best known for her stint on TLC's 90 Day Fiance, which I have no idea what that is. But
I
apparently,
actually do, because my wife watches that show, or
really,
did. Yes.
well, apparently, Mario, 31-year-old wannabe celebrity, has been sharing posts to her social media channel about selling gas.
Like for your car. Yeah. Okay. I mean, I don't think that's legal, but
Yeah. Well, in her tweet, she said, "What's the perfect holiday gift this year, you ask? A beautiful package wrapped and custom made fart in a jar for $500."
that kind of gas.
Yes, that's right there. Yes,
A fart
exactly.
in a jar.
Fart in a jar. Yes, later that week, she made a TikTok video boasting that she made nearly $50,000 that first week selling jarred fart. In a video, smiling, Mata insisted that she's likely moved as much product as she reportedly did because she is really a good personality. Also, because she says, "I'm hot." Okay. Later, she decided to embark upon the endeavor as she decided to embark upon the endeavor as a publicity stunt to get a lot of people's attention, and of course, it worked. In November, Instagram photo, she shared photos of the jars and captioned, the snap. "Due to popular demand, I have finally decided to start selling my jarred fart over on my unfiltered page," which I have no idea what she means by unfiltered page. I think she has one of those pages.
Yeah.
Alongside my spicy content, you can now also purchase my farts in a jar. I'm super excited to share this with all of you, and after seeing how many people wanted this, I figured I'd finally give the people what they wanted. A sale starts today and lasts only 10 days. The first 100 orders get their farts 50% off for only $500. The smell
Daryl
is
McCarty says somebody on OnlyFans makes $20,000 a month doing that. No, that's wrong.
That's wrong. That's right.
Keith says he would be rich if he could get on that campaign. Keith, I'm just guessing they're not going to pay as much for your fart and my fart as they are for her fart.
Well,
my thought is, you
Yeah.
said she made $50,000 selling them for $500 a piece.
Yeah.
That's 100 farts.
That's 100 farts.
So how long does it take you how long does it take her to fart 100 times into jars? And what's the loss? Like what if you don't cap it in time, or
Yeah. I'm sure there's a lot of issues. Well, she said the smell is most prominent for the first 2 days. She said this holiday season,
you better hope it gets there really fast.
Yeah, she says it's holiday season. You should buy a jar, to support local businesses.
McCarty wants to know what she's eating.
Well, that comes in a minute. She says, Mata boasts how she's able to produce such large quantities of gas. Of course, she eats a lot of beans. She also said that she normally follows a pretty strict diet. She also allows her 1 or 2 cheat days per week in order to make a supplement of her stockpile. She says those are the days I will indulge in specific types of foods that I know will make me more gassy, she revealed. I also like to combine my product with something that smells like me. So I spritz one of my favorite perfumes into the jar to give the customer the most immersive experience. I put a small fabric of petal or a flower into the jar, aesthetically pleasing, and it allows the scent to attach to it and last longer. And also she said she recently defended herself over allegations that the jar fart is a stick and a ripoff, and this was her response on the video. She says, "When you take into account the cost of shipping and handling, the amount of food I eat in order to produce farts, the amount of energy and exertion it goes into creating those farts, the flower petals that go into the fart jar, which then capture the scent. And also, the single fart jar comes with a handwritten note. That takes time, she said. So you can go and you can buy her jars on sale for 500.
I know what you're not getting for Christmas.
What's that?
A fart in a jar. Well,
Yeah,
not
I'm
her
not
fart in a jar.
well,
You
no,
might
I'm
get
not-
my fart in a jar.
I think we should just end it and go on with the show.
This has been the Weird and Stupid News with your host, Mr. Mike Schilling.
That was so disturbing.
Oh my gosh.
I
You
read
guys are
that.
watching. Make sure you let us know where you're watching from. We'd love to know.
Yes, please. Yes, we do. Well, we got a lot of content tonight.
Hey,
This time
before we go on,
yeah, go ahead.
Keith, no, was it Keith? Keith made a comment that I don't know if you want to read because it's a spoiler for Hawkeye.
Oh no, we don't want to.
So we're not going to read. Okay, I'm not going to read it.
Not
Keith,
yet.
I'm not going to put your comment up.
Not
Sorry.
yet. But I like your thinking. So we'll. Yes, because I hadn't. Of course, I hadn't.
Keith says that last story was definitely weird and stupid for sure.
Thank,
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you,
Good job,
sir.
Mike. Good job.
Oh man, so we're
Are
gonna
we
go
going to
ahead.
get to into the thick of it?
It's in the thick of it. It's not in any particular order, I guess. There's a lot of content on here, and a lot of them are debatable. So,
So what we're going to do is we're going to talk
go
about
ahead.
movies and whether or not they are Christmas movies or not Christmas movies, right?
Exactly.
So do we want to talk about our criteria first?
Yeah, let's kind of throw in the criteria so folks know
Okay.
where we're kind of coming from this.
So
Yeah.
so we're making this a little more scientific than we have in the past.
Yes, we're kind of braining like that.
So here's kind of the thing. Okay. Here's Mike, please push if you don't like this idea, but here's my idea.
Okay, let's do this.
We got 10 criteria.
10
Okay.
criterias.
10 criteria.
10.
And if you get it, if it's
You get it.
true about
That's
your
right.
movie,
That's right.
you get 10 points.
That's right. Yes.
So if you got all 10, you'd
All
have
10.
100 points. That would be 100 points. That's
Yes.
definitely a Christmas movie, no doubt.
Yeah, that's how we do the
100%,
math here on
100%.
Speaking Nerdy. Yes.
It's 100% Christmassy. But if only one is
Only
true,
one.
you're only 10% Christmassy.
That's not good.
That's that you're not really a Christmas movie. You might
No.
be a little Christmassy,
No.
but you're not a Christmas movie.
No.
So what do you
Yeah.
think? How many do you have to get? What percentage do you have to get, do you think, for it to be Christmassy? Is 5 enough? Is 50% good enough?
I think 50% should be good enough.
You think
you know,
50%? No,
yeah. I was
I
thinking
was kinda
60 at
leaning
first,
60,
but
maybe
Well,
50.
well,
60 would be like a D if we were grading things.
yeah, we are grading. Well, let's do a 60 then.
Okay,
You want to
so
go 60?
you got to have 6 of them right to be a
6 of them
Christmas
right.
movie.
Okay. There we go.
So
There we go.
So let's kind of go through these ideas.
These ideas.
So
Let's do
the
this.
first criteria is it has Christmas in the title of the movie.
That's right. That's a number one.
That's pretty straightforward, though, right?
That is straightforward.
I mean,
yes.
like I'm wearing my Griswold family
Yes,
Christmas.
you are. Yes.
So that the
That would be a
National Lampoon's
giveaway.
Christmas
It's vacation.
you know,
Totally. Yes.
So that's the kind of thing. So it's got Christmas in the title. Now, but there are some classics that wouldn't get
Which
that
isn't-
10 points.
Exactly, which is
like,
surprising. But yes,
Santa Claus is coming to town wouldn't get that because it doesn't have Christmas in the title.
that's right.
So Santa Claus is coming to town is Christmassy, about as Christmassy as you get, but
That's
it
right.
could only get 90%.
Exactly.
So what do you think about this next one?
Let's do the next one. Yes.
The movie was released on or around Christmas.
Yeah, let's just throw it in there. Let's throw it in there just for
I think
fun.
that one's fair. I
That's
think that
fair.
one's pretty.
Let's
You
go
know,
ahead and
now that does mean a movie like Wonder Woman gets at least 10 points because it was released on Christmas Day.
let's just throw it in there.
Now,
Why not? Let's
Wonder
mix it
Woman
up a little bit.
1984 to be specific.
1984. Yeah, let's mix it up. Let's
And all the recent Star Wars movies would get at least
Well,
those
that's
10
true
points,
too. That's true. I
'cause
mean,
they were all released
Life
around the same
Day.
time.
Yes.
Yeah,
Okay.
what other movies were released around Christmas that you might not think of being Christmas movies?
Well, I mean, there's a couple, but I hate to mention them because they're on our list.
Oh, okay.
But there's quite a few that was on.
Okay, so
yeah.
So number 3, the movie is set or at or around Christmas time. So
exactly.
the setting
There
is
you
around
go.
Christmas time. Whether
Amen.
that's the main theme of the movie or not,
Yes.
it's at least set around Christmas time.
Exactly.
So a lot of movies might get that. Number 4 is the main theme is Christmas related, or I say adjacent
to it.
You know what I mean when I say adjacent?
It's kind of like it's within the season. It may pass, it may go. There's Christmas somewhere in it.
Yeah, like maybe it's just after Christmas. Maybe
exactly.
It's like it looks kind of Christmassy, but it's right after Christmas, before New Year's.
Yes, exactly.
Or maybe it's an all Jewish movie, so it's all about Hanukkah, or
yes,
something like that.
Something kosher.
Christmas
I understand.
Adjacent.
All righty.
So then, go ahead.
No, go ahead. I'm following along here.
Okay, so number 5 would be it utilizes classic Christmas movie tropes.
That's right.
So, what are some of the things you think of when you think of movie tropes that are pretty much this is a Christmas movie thing? What do you think of?
Family, friends, after a long time, they kind of, hatch things up for the holidays,
have to get home in time for Christmas.
Home in times or Christmas, a stingy man becomes a giver,
we have to save Christmas.
That's
whatever
right.
that means.
Yeah, exactly. That kind of thing.
Yeah. Okay. So number 6 would be the movie would not make sense, or at least would be greatly diminished if it wasn't set around Christmas. How do you feel about that one?
I think it's good. I think some movies, unless it's not during that season, wouldn't make any sense. Is that's what you're kind of talking about? So
either they wouldn't make sense, or at least they would kind of lose their punch, their emotional punch, if it was not Christmas time.
Kind of like if Santa took a vacation in Florida during the summer.
Maybe, yeah.
Like that. Okay, the whole thing is about him on the beach, and he pulls out Bernie out of a sack, and that whole thing goes okay. Anyhow.
So number 7 is there are Christmas decorations or wintertime items.
Okay.
So that's like Christmas trees, nativity scenes, snow, Christmas lights. So Empire Strikes Back would at least get 10 points for having snow.
Yeah, okay. That's pushing it to me. That's not exactly. I think that crosses the line. I was good this whole time, but when they got to that point,
so maybe not necessarily snow. So we can mark snow.
We can mark snow.
Snow is not necessarily a Christmassy.
I mean, it's almost Christmas, and it's 70 degrees here. So come on now.
I know, it's so ridiculous. So number 8, Santa, the birth of Jesus, or other recognizable Christmas characters are relevant or at least mentioned in the story somehow.
Exactly.
So Frosty, Jack Frost, Rudolph, I don't know who else.
I don't know. Yes.
The elves.
Yes.
I have a friend that said all of the Lord of the Rings movies are Christmas movies because they have elves.
Yeah. Well, I mean, they do wrap quickly.
So number 9, Christmas presents are involved in the movie somehow.
Okay. Christmas presents, not just presents.
Christmas presents.
Okay.
And that could be physical presents, or it could be like, I don't know, like
Merry Christmas.
You give somebody a gift that's
give them a gift.
more ethereal,
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Okay. So number 10, the soundtrack contains Christmas music.
There you go. I'm a big fan of that. There you go.
Okay.
That's
How do you
good.
feel about those 10 criteria?
I'm good. Just leave the snow out. That's all I'm saying. Good. Just leave the snow out. Yes.
Okay. So what movies do we want to talk about?
Let's start off, and of course I had one, but let's save the best ones for last. The one, of course, let's talk about is, and I'm going to make sure I don't pull up the wrong one. Let's talk about Home Alone.
Okay.
I mean, this is a perfect place to start Home Alone. And of course, this is a holiday tradition. We watch it every year.
Yep.
And not the new one, because that's anyway. Every year now, and of course, there's like, Home Alone 1 and Home Alone 2, and we're not going to mention any of the others, but they both happen to fall within the Christmas holiday. But and they have Christmas music, and they have gifts. But is it really a Christmas movie, or just bad parents that accidentally leave their child, behind?
Well, it doesn't have Christmas in the title.
No, it does not.
I think the main theme really isn't Christmassy. Do you think?
I don't think it is.
I don't think so. The main theme is robbery
and fighting against the robbers. But there's a lot of Christmas to it. I mean, it's very, the music, ton of Christmas music. Even I think the little theme has this kind of a Christmas feel to it. The decorations in the house.
It does kind of use a couple of Christmas movie tropes.
Yeah.
Kind of after the fact, his mom's got to get home, and
exactly
she can't get home. So that's kind of a big Christmas trope.
Well, like in the second movie, I'm not trying to go both. The second movie, there's some people, like his brother in the first movie, his brother, they always fight each other, and he kind of, not having his brother there, the older brother, kind of, I don't know, reconciles things with his younger brother. I don't know. It does meet some of the criterias. Now, for one, it does not have Christmas in its name. It was, now when was it released?
Home Alone? Let me check.
It does utilize some movie tropes in it, like we talked about. There is Christmas decorations. It does mention Santa, because he does mention Santa through the movie. Doesn't show Santa, but it does mention Santa in the movie. It's of course the soundtrack is there. I got 4 there. And now the movie, would it not make sense, or would be greatly diminished if it was not set around the holidays? That's a good question on this one.
Yeah, I'm not sure. Like, what if they just took a trip to Disney World and left him there?
I mean, I don't think it would give it the. I think it would be. I think it
Mom
would
would still want to go home.
Yeah.
For it, she'd still want to rush home. By the way, it did release on November 16th.
So
I would
say
the
holidays. I would
say November to December. I'd say that's holiday.
Yeah, I would say that holiday too.
So, but back to your question. I mean, let's say they took a summer trip to Disney World.
Okay.
Crooks still going to be crooks.
Yeah, exactly.
Still trying to break into a house they think's empty.
Yeah, exactly.
Family's still going to be way too big, and could lose a kid.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. How do you feel about that?
I think you're right. For some reason, the Christmas background, holiday background, I think gives it a little, I don't know, a deeper story for some reason. They're going on a Christmas holiday. The thieves know that people are going out for the holidays, and so they're trying to mark their, the houses that they're going to take. I don't know. I mean, I don't know if it would have been as good. I'm not saying that I think you could do it without the holidays, but I think something about having Christmas in it amplifies the movie. But I can't put my finger on it. But yes, it is a movie that could be done without Christmas. So now, whether it would be a good film without Christmas, I don't know.
So where do you think we fall on this one? Is a Christmas movie or is not a Christmas movie?
It you know, it's definitely at a 50. But I would give it a curve and I would call it a Christmas movie. I don't know. What do you think?
I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that. It definitely. I think some of the ambiance would be lost if it was anything other than Christmas.
I think that's kind of my feeling too. This next one, of course, we're still watching it, and so I'm kind of wondering how you feel about this. Disney, of course, did celebrate it as well. Look, holiday. Hawkeye, which is the series. It's not a movie, but it's a current show right now that we're watching. And
by the way, I absolutely love it.
I love the show. Love the show. I mean, this is some of the publicity, so here's the dog, with the,
yes.
And so
it's a dog. Yes,
Disney is totally cashing in on the holidays on this. I mean, it is what it is now.
Yeah. It doesn't have Christmas in the title. It is definitely set around Christmas time. It's released around Christmas time. It's the main theme Christmas related. So one of the big tropes in this movie is I got to get home for Christmas.
Yes.
So it fits the trope thing. Is the main theme Christmas? I don't know that the main theme is Christmas.
I don't think so either.
But okay, so so that one, it doesn't get that one. There are definitely Christmas decorations.
Yes.
All the Santa and all that kind of stuff happens.
Yes, exactly.
There's plenty of Christmas music.
Yes.
I don't know if there's Christmas presents. There's kind of there are some presents kind of involved.
Yeah.
It's kind of or necessarily Christmas presents.
Well, they kind of have a trope too, where there's a scene, which was a couple episodes ago, where Kate felt bad for Clint and did a little Christmas thing for him in that apartment.
True.
That's kind of tropey there.
It's kind of a Christmas yes. There's a mopey guy that's not happy about Christmas, and she made it all Christmassy.
Yeah,
that
exactly. So that's
trope. So I think the big question is, could this happen any other time?
I think it could. I think it definitely could. I mean, I think it could. I mean, just because I think it adds something because of the holidays, it makes it more fun. It makes it, there's a lot more into it. The bottom line, if you're going to ask, can this survive without being holidays in the background? I say yes. And I guess it's the same thing we were talking about Home Alone, but for some reason I lean more towards Christmas.
The Marvel thing, I think. Yeah, I think this one, it could have not been Christmas and it would still work.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, it could be getting home for my son's birthday.
Exactly.
Or, whatever. So I think this one, this one ticks like 7 of the boxes, even without that one.
Really?
Well, let's see. Soundtrack, oh my goodness, it's got such a good soundtrack.
Oh, it has a great soundtrack.
Presents, Santa, decorations, utilizes movie tropes, that's 5.
Yes.
It's set around Christmas is 6. It was released around Christmas is 7. So yeah, it takes 7.
Okay, well,
so this is definitely a Christmas.
So with Christmas, whether anybody likes it or not,
series, scientifically proven,
tested.
Hawkeye is a Christmas series.
And
you know what I have not been doing? I have not been looking at the comments. So
sorry, comment people. Was that sad? Oh, Merry Christmas. Oh,
Cash
okay.
in for the holidays. I don't know.
Yeah.
You're probably right about that.
Well, I'm having fun with it though.
Oh yeah, I do enjoy it though.
I'm having
Um,
fun with it though.
and that was that. There was a spoiler that Keith gave on Hawkeye earlier.
Yeah,
So
we're not gonna. So the next one is I think is well there is
oh my goodness,
my favorite National Lampoon's Vacation, Christmas
I
Vacation.
I love this movie.
This is like one of my favorite movies of all time.
Yes, mine
So
too.
I put it in there because let's just put it in there. It has Christmas in the title.
Yep.
It's. I think it
It
hits
was released around Christmas.
Yes.
It is set around Christmas.
Yes.
So that's 3. The main theme is definitely Christmas related because it's all about the whole movie is about whether or not I'm getting my Christmas bonus and
Yeah, exactly.
about getting all my family is
Yes,
showing up for
exactly.
Christmas this year.
That's right.
It utilizes tons of classic Christmas tropes.
Yes.
Like estranged strange family, not estranged.
Exactly.
Strange family.
That's right.
Showing up for the holidays.
That's right.
Movie would not make sense if it or greatly diminished if it was set in any other holiday. I think so. I don't think this movie works if it's any other holiday.
It's not. No.
So there are Christmas decorations, Santa, baby Jesus. There's a whole bunch of things in there. All those characters get named or knocked off, or Santa gets shot into space at one point. Christmas presents are involved. The Cousin Eddie brings a big Christmas present. The box wrapped with a bow.
Exactly. And it just shakes. It shakes. I love this movie.
Oh, the cat. Oh my goodness,
the cat. They put a cat has holes in it. So yes, it is.
And the soundtrack
is
definitely. I think this one ticks all 10 boxes.
I think so too. It is a Christmas movie.
Christmas Vacation is 100% Christmassy.
All right, now the next one here, I'm going to go down a bit, is the Gremlins.
Gremlins. You might have to help me with this one.
Yeah,
a little bit, because I have not seen Gremlins in so long.
Yeah, I definitely will do that. Well, see, basically
released in 1984.
Exactly.
In July.
So exactly. So it's not exactly let's just say
it's not, it doesn't have the title. It's not it wasn't released around Christmas, but it does happen around Christmas because isn't that the whole thing? Isn't it a Christmas present?
It's a Christmas present. It happens around Christmas. I mean, here's Gizmo with his little Santa hat, and of course too, here's the naughty gremlins, they're out there caroling.
Daryl says Gremlins is definitely a Christmas movie. Oh, caroling. So there's definitely a Christmas trope. So caroling.
Exactly. So you got caroling. You do have some Christmas. I believe you have some Christmas music in there as well. I had some notes here, but you know me, how I keep up with all the great notes. And so let's see here. Let's go through our list here of what we have. So let's go through them.
It's set around Christmas.
Yes.
Is the main theme Christmas related or adjacent?
I think it's adjacent.
Okay, so we're going to count that one. All right, so that's 2. It definitely uses classic Christmas movie tropes.
Yes, exactly.
Would this movie make sense if it was any other time of year?
Well, I don't know how if Gizmo was given as a Christmas gift, I don't know if it would do that or not. I think it could be. I think
could it be a birthday gift?
It could be a birthday gift. Yeah, it doesn't necessarily. It doesn't have to be Christmas. I really don't.
It doesn't have to. Yeah. Do you think it would diminish it a lot if it wasn't Christmas?
I don't think so.
Some of the gags would lose.
Yeah, it
would lose a little power. But is that enough to? You know, like opening the door to the little carolers, that little green monster carolers.
Yeah, exactly. Let me see
But is
here.
that enough to give it the points?
And our criteria is going to give everything Christmas at the point. But yeah, but he is given that for Christmas. He's given to, I think, by an uncle or something. And
Okay, so we're gonna give it the points then.
Yeah, let's go ahead and give it the
Okay.
points.
All right. So there definitely are Christmas decorations.
Yes.
Is Santa or any other of the recognizable Christmas characters in the movie?
That I don't remember. Daryl McCarty, if you're out there, can you comment? Is there a Santa Claus or any other nativity scene or anything on there that you remember from the movie?
Any other recognizable Christmassy character
yes.
that happens in the movie?
Yes.
Christmas present is involved, so that's 6.
Yeah, it is. He actually is
And is there Christmas music? There is some Christmas music. They're carolers.
Yes.
They might not be good, but they're singing.
Yes, exactly.
Well,
I mean,
even if we don't give it the points for Santa or the baby Jesus being in there, it still gets 7 points.
I mean, so yeah, it is.
So it's a Christmas movie.
Yes.
Scientifically, Daryl McCarty,
it is.
You are correct.
That's
Gremlins
right.
is definitely a Christmas movie.
There you go. And the next here is one that most people don't know about, but has become a holiday favorite of mine. And let me explain it to you. Yes, it's the one and only, and it's not body shaming. It is Fat Man. Fat Man is.
I still haven't seen this.
You have to see it.
I so want to see this movie.
Now you can rent it from Amazon Prime from like $2.99 on up. Now, if you go to Rotten Tomatoes, the critics gave like bomb at 4.5 or 5, but I like it. It's just because it's so dark and it's different. And so Mel Gibson, of course, plays Santa Claus, and he has this naughty or nice book. And apparently there's a young man that's been very naughty. He's very wealthy.
By the way, the Box Office Mojo explanation of what this movie is.
Yes.
It is a action comedy fantasy thriller.
Which I'm not for sure if that's really what it is or not, but it has maybe some dark humor in it, I guess.
A rowdy, by the way, if you're not familiar with Fat Man, a rowdy, unorthodox Santa Claus is fighting to save his declining business. Meanwhile, a neglected and precocious 12-year-old hires a hitman to kill Santa after receiving a lump of coal in his stocking. I love the premise.
I love it. And that's Santa Claus right there.
Mel Gibson as Santa Claus.
And he does it. And I don't, you can do all the Mel Gibson hate if you want or whatever. He is awesome in this. It's so good. I would watch it again. It's a slow burn, and it's a slow burn, but it is so funny because of it. It's almost like I don't know. It's a funny angle that they come from, but it's not. It doesn't come across as a comedy. It's just it almost has this. I don't know, a little bit of Tim Burton there, a little bit, and a little bit of I
think when they call this one a comedy, it's that cynical comedy.
I think that's what it is. It's
not ha funny. That's just weird. Funny.
Yeah. I recommend it. I like it. Again,
but is it a Christmas movie?
Yeah.
Shall we go through okay?
Let's go through it.
Okay. Doesn't get the title. No. Was released. It was released November 17th or something like that.
We'll call it Christmas.
That's
around Christmas.
Yeah. The holiday season. Is it set around Christmas?
Yes, it is set around Christmas because he has to get stuff ready for Christmas. Yeah.
Okay, he's getting ready for the next season. Okay.
Yeah.
The main theme is Christmas related. I would say yes, since the main character is Santa Claus.
Yeah.
So that's 4.
Right to bear arms, Santa Claus. Okay.
Utilizes classic Christmas tropes. The kid gets a lump of coal. I'd say that's a classic.
I say that, yeah. Gets a hitman in return. So there you go.
don't know about. I'm not sure Hitman fits into the classic Christmas.
I don't know,
trope or
man.
not.
I would do a show just on this show, so on this movie. So
5, so it gets 5 so far.
yes,
Would this movie make sense if it happened any other time than Christmas?
I don't think so. I mean,
No,
it'd just be a
I don't
crazy
think so
old
either.
man that, yeah, it wouldn't.
There are Christmas decorations.
Mm-hmm.
Santa is one of the main characters.
Yes.
Christmas presents are involved. We already talked about a
Yes.
lump of coal. Soundtrack, does it have Christmas music?
Yeah, I
I'm
believe
assuming
it does have Christmas. Yes, it
So
should.
it got 9.
Got
9
9.
out of 10.
Yeah.
It is 90% Christmassy. Fat Man is in fact a Christmas movie and apparently really worth watching.
Yeah,
I've got to see this movie.
you got to see it again. Don't. Yeah, it's just watch it for what it is. I look forward to it. Next on our list is I hadn't seen this one, so I hate to bring it up, but we'll go with one that we have actually seen. But Batman Smells. Oh my goodness, Batman Returns.
Batman Returns. I have several friends that have multiple times said this is a Christmas movie. So let's go through the numbers.
Okay, here we go.
Doesn't get the title.
Doesn't got the title.
Was it released around Christmas? I believe it was a June release. I believe this was a blockbuster.
Yeah, that's right. It was a summertime release. Yeah.
So it doesn't get that one.
No.
The movie is set around Christmas time, definitely.
Okay. Yes.
So that's 10. The main theme is Christmas related or adjacent. What are your thoughts there? There are a lot of things that revolve around Christmas. Like the bad guy gets called the Santa of Gotham.
Yeah.
What do you think about that? Is the main theme Christmas related?
I think it may be adjacent to Christmas.
Okay. Think it gets the points?
What do you think? What's your if going through the criteria? I mean, we're going by the criterias now. That's all I'm saying.
This one is one of those. I'm a little debatable.
I am too.
Maybe it does, maybe it doesn't. I don't know. If you think it does, we'll give it the points.
Man, I just can't see this as a Christmas movie for me.
So far it's still only got 10 points. Utilizes classic Christmas tropes. There is a rich guy who's kind of in charge of everything, making everybody else's life miserable. What other Christmas tropes?
Well, I mean, the penguin, he was abandoned and now he's on top of the world. He was
okay. So
I don't know. I mean,
so
for villains, I guess.
Tropes. So it might get some of the tropes.
It might get some of that. Yeah.
Okay. So number 6, movie would not make sense or would be greatly diminished if it wasn't at Christmas.
And that's a hard one because
I actually think this one has so much Christmas in it
that
I think it wouldn't. I think it could happen any other time of year, but I don't know that it would have the punch.
Well, the way it's written, and I think you're right. And I go back to the previous one. I do think it's adjacent to Christmas somehow. Plus,
it's Tim Burton. Tim Burton not having Christmas in it is just not happening.
So yeah, I retract my last statement. I do think it's. I mean, it's funny going through these criterias. And it's funny because some of the movies we're going to talk about later that we think our Christmas might be a good chance that they're not. So I think that's interesting. But yeah, so far where are we at on this number?
So far it has at least 30 points.
Okay.
If we give it that one. So there are Christmas decorations, so that's 40 points.
That's 40 points.
Santa, the baby Jesus, or other recognizable characters. I mean, they do call the bad guy the Santa of Gotham.
Yeah, and I'm sure there's a Santa Claus there somewhere. Yeah,
so
ringing a bell.
That's at least 5.
So let's do that. Yeah,
Christmas presents.
Okay.
I believe there's a scene where like all the bad guys hop out of a big Christmas present, isn't it?
Yeah, that's
like all the henchmen.
Yeah.
So that's 6. Mm-hmm. And the soundtrack has some Christmas music. I'm sure there's some.
Yeah, I'm sure there
There's
has to
probably
be in
some.
there.
So
Yeah,
that's like 7. Like, so that would make it a Christmas movie.
I would think so. I would think so. I mean, that's so you can't argue with science, folks. I mean, you can try to, but it's all about
This is the
science.
worst science ever.
Yes. So that's our
Okay, I don't know what movies we want to talk about left,
yes.
but we've been going about 55 minutes. So let's pick wisely. Where do you want to go next? Because
Well,
we're definitely not going to get through this whole
oh
list.
no, we're definitely not going to get through it all.
Unless we want to just go, we don't think this one is, we think this one is, and
Well,
not pay attention to
let's go
criteria.
ahead and let's go through some of this stuff, and we can go
Okay.
through it kind of quickly. Let's go with Iron Man 3.
See, I don't buy this one.
I don't buy it either.
I don't buy it as being a Christmas movie. This is
I
just
don't
a
either.
movie that happened to happen at Christmas.
Yes, we don't. Yeah, we'll just that's what it is.
I-
Move on. That was our quick criteria there. And
Hey, I can't pronounce that name. Good to have you from Brazil.
welcome, my friend.
Is Harry Potter first part a Christmas movie?
You know what?
That is a great
That's
question.
a great question. It was also on several lists, and I wish I would have had it on there because the first Harry Potter had a big banquet and they had all the Christmas decorations and stuff.
I think more than one had a big Christmas
Yeah.
event.
Well, I want your that's a good question. I'm gonna let you bring it up, Ricky, because I don't remember
I don't know
much
that
of it.
I was gonna say I don't remember. I don't know that I remember enough of them, enough of the
Yeah.
movies, just to really go through all the criteria one by
exactly.
one.
Yeah.
But my guess is it's not going to hit the 50% mark.
I don't think so either.
I-
But it's a good question. It's a good
Yeah,
question.
it is a great question, and it's just one we didn't bother to put on the list and think through.
Yeah.
Kind of like I don't know. There's lots of other movies that we didn't put on the list and think through.
Like our criterias we didn't think through. So
Well, there's that.
that's
I
for
mean-
that. Other one, let's go through here. Tim Burton's The Nightmare Before Christmas.
I bet this one's a Christmas movie. I bet this one's going to hit 60 or 70%.
I'm kind of with you on that.
They all had a heavy theme.
Christmas theme. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, at least there was one really big Christmas scene in most of the
Exactly.
while at school anyway. Yeah.
Exactly.
I think the biggest thing about Harry Potter being a Christmas movie or not, that Christmas definitely wasn't the theme of the movie.
Yeah.
That was not the purpose of the movie. It was always a sideline. Okay, so where were we? Nightmare Before Christmas?
Yeah, Nightmare Before Christmas.
So it's got Christmas in the name. It was released sometime around Christmas. I think it was a November release.
Was it November? Okay.
I think so.
Yeah.
Movie is set around Christmas time for sure.
Mhm.
The main theme is Christmas related. I mean, he's basically stealing Santa Claus. Utilizes lots of Christmas. It definitely does.
Yeah.
It's a great movie. Daryl McCarty says it's one of his favorite movies. I definitely agree. It's a great movie. Movie would not make sense if it was, or be greatly diminished if it wasn't set around the holidays. Definitely think so. There's really no point of this movie if he's not stealing Christmas.
No, exactly.
Santa is involved. He gets kidnapped.
Yeah.
Christmas presents are involved in the movie somehow. There are definitely some Christmas presents.
Yeah.
And the soundtrack contains Christmas music. It is, in fact, a musical.
Yeah.
So there's definitely some Christmas music. I think this one ticks all the boxes.
I agree with you. It is a
100%
100%
Christmas movie. Oh, Adria says, I think this is a reference to the Harry Potter. They all came
Yeah,
out
that's
in
right.
November. So they would at least get 20 points just for having a Christmas scene and for being released around Christmas time.
That's right.
And happening around Christmas time. So that's 30 points right there. So they're already well on their way to be Christmas movies.
Do you think we should spend a little time on the top two debatable ones? The
Yes, and I think we
Okay.
do. We wait for the big one. We do the other one first.
Okay. Do we want to do the classic big one? The classic
The
big
classic
one?
big one first,
Okay.
and then the one that everybody fights about. last.
Okay. Well, let's hit it. It's a
Okay,
Wonderful
so
Life.
It's a Wonderful Life. Is
Yes.
It's a Wonderful Life a Christmas movie? If you're watching right now, type into the comments. Let us know. Is It's a Wonderful Life a Christmas movie or not? And then we will scientifically decide. We will scientifically inform you. We don't decide. We just
No,
read
we let science do the
Science
talking.
is deciding.
That's right, not us.
So that is the thing.
That's right.
So we'll start going through it, and we'll wait for some people's replies.
Yeah, we would love to have
Does it
your
have
reply.
Christmas in the title? No, it does
No,
not.
does not.
It doesn't get that points. Okay, this one we got to think about. Was the movie released on or around Christmas time? Okay, this is an odd movie. It was released January 7th. Now, let me tell you why that's significant. Okay. So you go, okay, well, it's after Christmas. Is that still Christmas season? January 7th. Well, here's the deal. Even if you're like a high church guy and you follow the church calendar, Christmas season definitely ends on January 6th with a date they call Epiphany. So January 7th, for almost any definition, would not be the Christmas season.
Gotcha.
How do you feel about that? Would you say they get the points for being released on or around Christmas if they released it on January 7th?
For me, and for me anyhow, anything that's released after Christmas is not
After
during the
January
Christmas.
1st. See, I'm like, after January 1st, I question whether
it's no
Christmas.
longer Christmas to me. I mean, it's
Okay.
no longer in
So
that
we don't get those
season.
points.
Okay.
All right. So the movie is set at or around Christmas. It definitely is.
Yeah.
It is set around Christmas. So we get 10 points there. The main theme is Christmas related or adjacent. Do you think the main theme is Christmas related? Because the main theme of this movie is all about him learning that he was important.
Yeah. Yes. Without
Is
him.
that a Christmas? Yeah. Without him, things would be worse. Is that Christmas related?
Well, now it falls under trope we're talking about
Well,
here. Or
well, this is the main theme.
the main thing.
You can have Christmas tropes and not have the main theme. See, I don't think the main theme of this movie is Christmas.
I don't think so either. Because
Okay.
I think. Well, go ahead. I don't think the main
I'm
theme
with
is
you.
Christmas. Yeah.
I'm with you. So at this point, it doesn't have the title. It wasn't released around Christmas. It happens around Christmas. The main theme is not Christmas related. Okay, so we've still only got 10 points.
Okay.
But it's still got a shot. We still got
a shot here.
criteria.
Yeah, exactly.
It utilizes classic Christmas tropes. It definitely does.
Definitely does that.
We've got, the rich guy that's, the bad guy, and he makes everybody else's lives miserable.
Yes.
We've got, family getting back together. It definitely gets the tropes.
Exactly.
The movie would not make sense or would be greatly diminished if it was set at any other holiday.
I think it may be diminished.
You think it might be diminished?
I think it ties in a little bit with Christmas about the whole trope of hope, I guess. I don't know. It's really hard. Let's think about it. Would this work on the 4th of July? And you say any other holiday, but that's when we're talking about holiday, we're talking about
year, but I talk about holiday. I mention holiday because that kind of pegs it to something, because it's really about it's really about there's a guy that's trying up the entire town.
And when you're talking about when you're talking about and this is where I'm a little vague on when we're talking about this question, the idea of the movie or how it's laid out could be done in another season because you have stuff in there like,
You just pick
Angel
up
get it. Go ahead.
Well, okay, so when a bell rings, an angel gets its wings. What's Christmassy about that?
I don't know. I've never heard that before, but it has a Christmas bell, I guess. And, you think of angels, you think of Christmas,
But I mean, there are bells other times of year.
Yeah.
There are bells at weddings. There's
bell
bells
bottoms. Yes. Yeah.
I don't know. I would debate on that one.
I think
I would give it or not give it.
I think this could work. I don't know if it would have been just great, but I think it could definitely work another time.
So maybe we're going to give it these points.
Maybe.
Okay. So well, let's say we don't for right now. Let's come back to it.
Let's yeah.
Okay. So number 7, there are Christmas decorations, wintertime themes, definitely.
Yeah,
Santa, the birth of Jesus, other recognizable Christmas characters. Probably gets that one.
Probably Santa and something like that. Yeah.
Christmas presents are involved. Are there Christmas presents involved?
As far as giving presents, I'm sure under the tree. If you're talking about like under the tree, are you talking about actually giving presents? Someone was given wings,
Yeah, so that could be,
I don't know. I'm just
presents. So
yeah.
So that would be 5 at this point.
Yeah.
Does the soundtrack contain Christmas music?
I don't think it did. Well, maybe they did Jingle Bells. Maybe that was in there, but not a soundtrack. It was actually, man, I don't know.
This one's on the edge.
This is on the edge. It's not like the soundtrack.
If it doesn't have presents in it, I think it probably has presents.
Okay.
If it doesn't have the soundtrack,
yeah.
And if it works at any other time of the year,
yes,
it is not a Christmas movie.
Yeah.
If it gets both of those points, it's a Christmas movie.
Yes.
So this one's right on the edge of whether or not it's a Christmas movie or not.
Adria kind of says, isn't it kind of like an Ebenezer Scrooge scenario? Yeah.
Maybe. I think that falls under the tropes.
I think she's right.
Give it the point of making a Christmas movie or not. It's so close.
It is so close. It's almost like I almost want to lean in tradition that it's a Christmas movie. But something about the holidays and something about goodwill to men and redemption and the hope of something better and all that good stuff and overcoming, evil or however you want to talk about it, I guess. Just kind of looking through that whole movie. I'm sure that there was some Jingle Bells in there that was not a soundtrack, but was Jingle Bells something in there. A little kid singing it or something like that. So I don't know if that counts or an actual soundtrack is what we're talking about. I don't know.
I think probably this one. I think this one's probably going to skate by. Just barely become.
I mean, if we had the entire hour to like really dissect it, who knows where it might go? But I think. But
without having watched it recently,
yeah,
I think it probably just barely crosses the line.
I think if we didn't, people will call us a bunch of Grinches.
Well, that could
be. This is totally by science, people. Okay, it's
not
us.
It's our decision.
It's science.
Completely scientific.
Okay, so
the last one.
The last one is as dear to our hearts, and everyone. When I think of this movie,
yippee-ki-yay, ho, ho. Merry Christmas! Ho, 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 ho.
Yes, yippee ki ho ho ho.
Now I have a machine gun.
Yes. So yes, one of the Die Hard is one of the greatest Christmas movies of all time. I mean,
You're sold on this being a
you even
Christmas
have Bruce Willis with a hat on,
I think that's photoshopped.
and you had Bruce Willis with a machine gun with a hat, right? I mean, that's Christmas. And then, the old saying, it's not Christmas until I see Hans Gruber falls from the Takatomi Tower. So, I mean, you got that, right? And there's even a Die Hard Christmas book.
Oh my goodness, I have never seen this.
Exactly. And then you
Die Hard Christmas.
You have Die Hard decorations. You have Christmas decorations, and you have a tree topper too.
Oh my goodness.
So, I mean, there's everything. And plus, number one, Die Hard director John McTiernan weighed in on the debate on the commentary edition of Die Hard, and he said, "We now finally have an authoritative answer to the long debated question. Yes, Die Hard is a Christmas music." That was in the commentaries edition of Die Hard, the movie. But go ahead and argue. Let's go through the list on Die Hard.
Criteria. Okay.
Let's do it.
So out of 10, let's see what it gets.
Okay.
It doesn't have Christmas in the title.
No, it doesn't.
No. Movie was released on or around Christmas. Pretty sure this was a June release.
That's fine. Let's go with that.
I think this was a blockbuster release.
Okay.
Movie is set at or around Christmas time.
That's a yes.
Absolutely. So
absolutely.
10 points.
There you go.
10 points, or at least 10% Christmassy. The main theme is Christmas related or adjacent. How do you feel about that one?
It's very adjacent because the whole reason he comes is because of Christmas. The party is Christmas. It's there's a lot of ho 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 going on. It's Christmas time. It's
okay. I'll give it to you.
You're gonna give it to me? Yeah, I mean, give that to me.
It's Christmas rule adjacent.
Adjacent. There you go.
It utilizes classic Christmas movie tropes. I think it definitely does.
It
definitely does.
It's all about giving and receiving.
And getting home.
Yes.
He's going home for Christmas.
Yeah, it's going on Christmas.
To see his, estranged family.
Estranged family, yes.
In this instance, estranged, not strange.
That's right.
So let's see. So far we've got is that 2 or 3? 3. So we've gotten 30 points. It's at least 30% Christmassy.
Yes.
So only has to get 3 more to be a Christmas movie.
Okay, here we go.
The movie would not make sense or would be greatly diminished if it was set around a different holiday.
It would make no sense to me. I mean, scientifically, you think about it, I mean, there's a Christmas party, there's, Hans Gruber. Hans, that's a very Christmas name. It's a Hans, Norwegian Santa Claus, the whole Deutschen Heimatschnippenhaben, that whole thing. And then you got, of course, in that you've got the guy from Family Matters. He's down there, who's the cop. You think of family, you think of Christmas. There's the whole thing there. You got, the guy with the sweatshirt, with the Christmas sweatshirt. So I got a machine gun. I mean, that's kind of like, look what I got for Christmas. And then you got, people are leaving now because they don't believe me. But I'm telling you right now. Anyway,
says if there's no Christmas party, there's no movie.
Exactly. So the Christmas party, I mean, how can you have a Christmas party in July? It makes no sense to me.
All right.
But now you can do, I mean, you can weigh into this.
Could it be a 4th of July party.
Not if you're gonna
Or
wear a Santa
firework.
hat. I think I wear a Santa hat, and you got a Christmas tree and presents. You don't see that in July.
Pretty sure. Look, you got Christmas in July. It's a thing.
That's a bad thing. That's like a pagan thing. I know. Why would you have that? Why would you do that? That makes no sense to me.
Okay. I'm not gonna fight with you.
You're gonna
because
fart with us? You want a jar?
I'm not gonna fart with you. I'm in a
Okay.
jar.
A
I'll
fart
give
jar
you the
with
point.
it.
So I think that's 4 points.
Okay,
Four-
here we go. That's
40
all.
points so far. There are Christmas decorations and wintertime themes.
There you go.
Yeah.
That's a
Yeah.
given.
So, Santa or the baby Jesus or other recognizable Christmas characters. I will say, I did read through the script,
Mm-hmm.
and Santa is mentioned multiple times.
Yes, he is. He is multiple times.
Santa Clara, California, is mentioned
Santa
multiple
Clara, multiple times. There is a Santa Claus. Santa Clara. Let's see here. You got me all mad.
She actually does say, well, there
are.
actually is a line in the movie that she says Santa twice.
Yes.
So I think probably you get those points. So
You get those
6 points.
Okay.
Christmas presents are involved. As I recall, he buys the biggest bear possible.
Yes, he does. That's a big gift.
So there's definitely, so that's 7. And the soundtrack, I honestly don't remember the soundtrack.
Oh
of this
yeah,
movie.
the sound they had
I'm sure there's plenty of Christmas
Christmas
music.
at the very end. They also have a big soundtrack Christmas. Yeah, so
that's 8.
It's 8.
That's
That's
8. Is that 8? Did I count right?
Let's see here. Well, I mean, what did we say? There should be 10. So which 2 did not?
It doesn't have Christmas in the title, and it wasn't released around Christmas.
That's right. That's I can't believe it. It's like a Christmas.
I guess Die Hard is in fact a Christmas movie.
That's all.
Yippee-ki-yay, mother.
Ho, 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 ho. Merry Christmas! Ho, 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 ho.
So there you go. I mean,
I'm not sure what this means. Not in a building like that. I don't know what that means.
I don't know, but I'm afraid to ask Daryl McCarty, one of our off and on guests. Yes. So
we have scientifically proven
yes, we
once and for all that Die Hard is in fact a Christmas movie.
It's a Christmas miracle.
Until next year when we come up with new Christmas movie criteria.
Oh, that's true.
And we'll have this argument again.
We'll probably do it all over again.
Just for the fun of it.
By the way, is this a Christmas movie? Is that a Christmas movie?
I don't think that's
I don't think so. Okay, I just wanted to make sure that doesn't.
Daryl said 4th of July party does not work in a building like that.
Okay, well that's totally agree. I mean,
I don't know what that means.
You know what? I'm going with it because it goes towards what I believe. So that's how I do things like that. I mean, so I think that works just fine. So in all of that, man, we're gone past the hour. And of course, we had a couple of others. Let's just go quick. Some of the mentions that we didn't go over just real quick.
What did we not talk about?
We didn't talk about Krampus, which is the evil Santa Claus. I have not seen Krampus, but it just tells me that I'm sure Dill McCarty has seen Krampus, and we'll just take his word for us. And of course, look at that. That looks like Santa Claus with really
that is a frightening Santa Claus
that needs oral surgery. So that is exactly right. So, Daryl, if you have a comment on that, then let's go ahead. And then here's the other one, which is one of your favorite actors, is Will Ferrell as an elf.
Yeah, I really don't care if this is a Christmas movie or not.
Yeah,
I just don't like Will Ferrell.
So there we go. We're done with that one. And the other one was this would have been a good debatable one too. is of course Lethal Weapon. That would have been probably a good one to gone over too, but because the hours are getting short, Die Hard,
Yeah.
Lethal Weapon, I go Die Hard. But I do like
Yeah,
some
Die
Lethal,
Hard's a better movie.
but I do like Lethal Weapon. But yeah, that's another one. And then the one that some people are not very familiar with, but I think it's funny. It's John Hughes, Planes, Trains, and
Oh
Automobile.
yes.
Now it's funny because when it came out, I forget, sometime in the mid '80s. Of course, it's the whole story about Steve Martin trying to get home for Christmas.
Yep.
It's stuff starting to get booked up. He ends up running into John Candy's character, which is kind of an annoying kind of a bumbling but nice guy, but he's a curtain rod salesman basically. And so that whole thing happens. And so there is some Christmassy stuff in it. It's all about trying to get home for Christmas. But what's funny is I went to look up, images. Of course, this was the image in 1985. And this is, if you want to buy it now, they've promoted Christmas in it now, which I think is interesting because the promotion, I don't know when this movie came out back in the 1980s. You might check that out, but they definitely out now are trying to push it as a Christmas movie. I don't know if it's really a Christmas movie. I need to watch it again, but it's one that's about getting home for the holidays.
I would bet this one would come close, if
It would
not.
come close too, but I have not seen it in a long, long time.
November 25th. So it was probably like a Thanksgiving weekend release. So it would be aimed at that audience.
I think so. Well, there you go. So that's a good one. Of course, again, it's not one for kiddos because it does have a lot of language in it, but it is I enjoy the movie. So any thoughts about, okay, now we're no longer, we've done the scientific experiment. Is there anything out there that we can suggest to people that we didn't mention in the list? It doesn't matter, it's whether it's
just
officially
in general Christmas.
Just in general
movies.
Christmas. Yeah. And it could be maybe like a Die Hard that's not, like it is. Well, Die Hard is totally Christmas, but something like Lethal Weapon that may not be. Anyway, any something to watch during the holidays.
Kind of let's see, my three favorite Christmas movies. We've already mentioned the Christmas Vacation.
And by the way, anybody on there, Adria, Daryl, Keith, our friend from Brazil, any of you have any of your Christmas recommendation movies, please put it on the comments and we'll share it.
Yep. White Christmas is, these are all kind of like tie for first place. I can't choose just one.
Yeah.
So Christmas Vacation, White Christmas, I absolutely adore that movie.
Yeah.
And specifically A Muppet Christmas Carol.
Oh, there you go. There you go.
And I've done the numbers. A Muppet Christmas Carol ticks all the boxes. 100% Christmassy movie.
Yeah, so I go with that.
White Christmas only technically hits 9 because it was released too early. It was released in October. It's kind of weird. Christmas movie released.
Yeah, it's kind of weird.
Released before Christmas movie released before Halloween.
Yeah. That's weird. Yeah.
But those are kind of my three favorite Christmas movies. I watch them every Christmas.
Yeah. Mine is of course is Christmas Vacation, number one on my list. I try to sneak some Die Hard, but I'm not going to put that in my list. But I do like that, and unfortunately I know you don't like it, but we do like Elf. And so Elf is on our list as well.
You can like Elf all you want, and it's probably a fine movie. I just don't like Will Ferrell.
Okay. Okay. Kind of grinching out on me now. Calm down. I do like Jim Carrey's Grinch. I think it's pretty fun.
It is.
I do like that one. So, here we go.
Adria
comment. Ernest Saves Christmas. I need to watch that. I haven't seen that in a long, long time. That would be awesome. So
Joey Spider-Man No Way Home is his favorite Christmas movie, only because it just spoilers.
go.
No spoilers.
Oh, right. Well,
Thanks for watching, Joey.
thank you, sir. Yeah. So I think those are my big three. Kind of my favorite ones on Christmas. Maybe
Do
some
you
other
like
ones.
Do you like the Rankin and Bass, the wooden puppet Christmas movies?
White Christmas, oh Christmas. You're talking about the claymation ones, or the spooky where they look all scary, or which ones? Like
I guess so. Technically, they're like wooden puppets, but
are they really
yes,
puppets? They're
yeah,
not
they're
claymation?
like wooden puppets.
I mean, I do like.
They're not puppets like puppets, but
Yeah.
it is stop motion like claymation, but they're actually wooden. I don't know how they did all that back
Now,
then.
my wife's favorite is Peanuts, the Christmas.
Yes.
So that's Evil Apple now has control of that. So
it gets to be played one
time on like PBS or something like that. I don't know.
Something like that.
Yeah.
And otherwise, if you don't pay for Apple
Yes,
Plus, you don't
exactly.
get to watch it.
Yeah, that's Christmassy, isn't it? So yeah.
Well, at least I mean,
hey,
Disney on it.
Hey, that's okay. That's okay. So another one from Adrian.
Jingle All the Way.
That's a good one. It's Arnold Schwarzenegger and Sinbad's in that one.
There's I think it's Jingle All the Way 2.
Yeah, I know.
It's so bad.
Larry the Cable Guy is in it. The carry, yeah. It's like
so
direct. Yeah, it's like direct to stream or something like that.
We saw it one day. We're like, wait, what?
What? But yeah, Jingle All the Way. I like that one too.
Yeah,
I do like one I do like, and I didn't mention. I like the Santa Claus. I do like Santa Claus. My wife cannot stand Tim
Allen.
Tim Allen, and we saw, of course, at my work.
That's the same. See, that's the same thing. See, it's an irrational thing. Your wife has an irrational dislike of Tim Allen, and I have, I'll admit, an irrational dislike of Will Ferrell.
Before you go over, can you say that first part over? I'm going to record that. Go ahead, say that one more time. Or about my wife having something. Go ahead and do that.
That your wife has an irrational dislike of Tim Allen.
Okay, stop. Okay, continue that thought.
We all redneck Christmas.
Y'all need redneck Christmas. Grandma got ran over by a reindeer, so I guess you're right.
Oh, now there is. So this is an odd choice.
Yeah,
this is an odd choice. But there is a Medea Christmas movie. I don't remember the exact title.
Yeah,
and it's got labeled Larry the Cable Guy in it.
Are you?
Yes.
Oh, see, now I have to go see it because it just sounds like a train wreck and bizarre. I like Medea.
Oh,
I think Medea
is such a train wreck. Medea. Just imagine Tyler Perry dressed up as Medea having conversations with Larry the Cable Guy. Oh my goodness. It is the most ridiculous thing ever.
I have to watch that now.
My gosh. Adria says she has good taste. I'm assuming she means your wife and not Medea.
No, yes.
So apparently Adria does not like Tim Allen either. See, I don't know. Well, that's all right.
That's okay. No, that's right.
I'm not going Buzz Lightyear in the new Lightyear movie.
That's right. That's not him. So anyway, any holiday coming up? What's the big movies are coming up? Of course, we just saw, like Joey mentioned, which I haven't seen yet.
Just released. Upcoming movies. Let me take a look.
The holiday seasons usually focus around this time of year. May not be a holiday movie, but they pick this time of year because it has a.
That's such a weird thing right now.
What's that?
Well, just so few movies are coming out. Period.
That's true. I mean,
so we got Matrix Resurrection. I don't know. Is that already released or?
I think that's
22nd. The 22nd. Okay. So that's. I'm not seeing anything for this.
Oh, well,
I guess that's. Yeah, I don't see anything for today for this weekend.
Okay.
The King's Men, which I don't know
Yeah.
which
I
The
know.
King's Men this is. Sing 2, which is animated.
The animated series. Okay.
Let's see. I'm trying to see if there's anything interesting.
Well, I don't see a whole lot that's
I don't either.
no.
Man.
So I think your big blockbuster would probably be between the Matrix and the Spider-Man movie. So
Yeah.
and
Yeah, for
so
the big
anyway,
nerdy
yeah.
stuff. I will say this is, I mean, Morbius is going to release in January.
Oh, there you go.
That'll be the
That's a big
Sony Marvel.
Marvel thing. Yeah.
We'll have to see how that one goes.
Yeah.
Because honestly, if Morbius fails, I don't know what Sony is going to do with
Yeah.
their
Yeah.
Spider-Verse.
Yeah,
people.
because Venom kind of tanked on the second one for the reviews. I hadn't seen it, so
Yeah, I mean, the audience reviews seem really good. They're
we're
critic
positive there.
reviews. Yeah.
Okay.
It's kind of hit or miss.
Yeah.
And the next odd one, I mean, it's odd in when it's being released. The Batman's coming out March 4th.
Okay.
And
That's
I think
true.
that is
Yeah.
a super weird release time.
I do too. That's a
Because generally, Daryl McCarty says that Venom 2 was great.
okay, good. Like I said,
I hear that from tons and tons of people.
yeah,
Critics did not like it.
which doesn't matter as far as I'm concerned, but again,
Me either. Okay, so the Batman coming out in March. Why is that significant and weird? Here's the deal. Generally, movies that come out in late February, early March are films that the studio is not
confident in.
they're not confident in.
Yeah.
They don't think they're going to bring in the audience. So rather than release them in the blockbuster months of late May, June, July,
or even the holidays,
or the holidays, late November, December, they put them out early spring.
Yeah.
So I don't know what that means for this movie.
I don't know. I think maybe they're ready to make some money from it because it's been postponed for so long.
See, that's my deal. It's like I wonder if it's just we really wanted this movie to be out already.
Yeah.
And we're just going to decide to put it out when nobody else is putting anything out so that we will be the only thing that can make money.
Yeah.
Which right now, that is the only, according to IMDb, that is the only movie that is opening that weekend. So it's got a shot to own the box office. Of course, 2 weeks later, Downton Abbey is going to come out in theaters.
Yeah, don't tell my wife that. She'll want to watch it. So
my wife so wants to go, and I can't figure out how we're going to do it.
And we need to figure out how to do the Spider-Man thing because that's just crazy.
Yeah, I know.
I don't know.
There's going to be a Sonic the Hedgehog 2 next year.
I don't. Yeah,
I did not know that.
Didn't know that either. Well, man, we're hitting the. Go ahead.
I was just going to say the next big thing is Doctor Strange in the multiverse.
Yeah, that's a big thing. That's right. And of course, a bunch of Disney Plus stuff like, coming up, the Book of Boba Fett, which we will start New Year's Eve. We will have a New Year's Eve podcast. Will be again at 8 p.m. We'll be on a Friday, 8 p.m. Central, 9 p.m. Eastern. So you have nothing better to do on New Year's Eve. Come join us. We're going to talk about the first episode of the Book of Boba Fett.
Yes.
Actually, it will be a series we'll do every week. We'll follow each episode and we'll talk about it. So get caught up on the show. Come on and let's talk about it every week. And that is the beginning.
Absolutely.
And that is, when is that? That is, would be December the 31st. So, which is, that's right.
And just a note, we're not going to have a Christmas Eve.
No, we won't.
Episode. So.
No, we won't. This is
have
basically
time with your family.
Yeah, this is your gift right now from us. There's no returns.
The gift is lack of us. That is
the lack of us. Exactly. The gift that keeps on not giving throughout the year. Thank you for
I think we
coming
need to wrap
tonight.
up.
Yeah, I thank you for joining us. And man, I hope everyone has an awesome holiday. Please stay safe. Come back, join us New Year's Eve. We'll talk more. And if some of y'all want to be on the show, then go ahead. Adria, we want to say, do you know if there will be more Loki? Yes, they're going to make they are going to make a season 2 that's been confirmed.
Loki season 2 has been
So
confirmed.
great series, by the way. I like it. Joey Ware, Merry Christmas. Thank you, sir. Bless you and your family. You're an awesome guy. And so, yeah, so thank you for joining us. Again, we're going to be back 8 p.m. Central, 9 p.m. Eastern, New Year's Eve. Come join us. Hey, maybe you might be able to invite you to come on the show and just have some fun with us. Who knows? So anyway, Ricky, do we want to wrap this up?
Let's do it.
Oh.
This has been the Speaking Nerdy podcast with your host, Mr. Mike Schilling.
And my good compadre and friend, ho, 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 Mr. Ricky Pope. When I said ho, 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 I was like Santa Claus, ho, ho, ho. No,
Don't call me a hoe.
No, it's a ho, ho Christmas. See, we just lost the whole Christmas feel by just having this discussion.